Hey y'all, welcome back to In Hope. Hope this finds you well and that this would be a word of hope to you. I'm dressed a little differently than I was last week on my way to church here soon to film Sunday's worship service. You know, there was a man who dared speak to God, and he said, God, for you, 1,000 years are like a second, right? And God said, yes, that's right. And so the man said, so then, God, $1,000,000 to you is like a penny. And God said, yeah, I suppose that's correct. And so the man said, God, could I have a penny? And God said, sure, hold on just a second. There's been a lot of waiting going on in these recent times. A whole lot of waiting going on, and it is driving us crazy. We are waiting on things to open again. We are waiting on stimulus checks. We're waiting on a whole lot of announcements. Announcements from government leaders, schools, financial institutions, employers, health officials. Mainly what we're waiting on is answers to our questions. And I've noticed something about the answers that we are getting, although we're not getting them nearly often enough. But the answers that we get to our questions, one, are not nearly as satisfying or helpful as we thought they might be. And two, the answers lead to just more questions that we have to wait on the answer. So waiting like this is just exhausting, and it is having an impact on us, on all of us, in not always good ways. Well, the prophet Isaiah spoke about a different kind of waiting. It was a waiting that didn't lead to exhaustion. It led to a renewal of strength. So listen to what Isaiah says in chapter 40, beginning at verse 28. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint and strengthens the powerless. Even youths will faint and be weary, and the young will fall exhausted. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Friends, this is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So Isaiah is not talking about waiting on the government or waiting on any money or announcements. Isaiah is talking about waiting on the Lord. And when you're waiting is a waiting on the Lord, that changes everything. That completely changes the nature of your waiting. Why? Because you can have complete confidence in the one on whom you are waiting. The scripture says, why should we have confidence? Because the Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable, it says. God is not in the dark about how this whole coronavirus thing is going to turn out. God is not guessing. God is not saying, well, I hope this works. No, God has got this. Now, we might not always understand the mysterious ways God works. We might not always understand or agree with the timing through which God works. But we can have confidence in the Lord. And waiting on the Lord is the kind of waiting that does not exhaust. It renews our strength. It gives us wings like eagles. And it gives us hope. So in this season of forced waiting, don't forget to wait on the Lord. So that is in hope for today. So having heard a word of hope, I charge you to be hopeful and be hope to someone else today. Y'all take good care and God bless.